We're going to put that coyote up there and get him done. Coyote up. We'll take the carcasses out and I put them in a spot where a farmer lets me dump them. That is the easiest way for me to get rid of them. If you have to get rid of them and you live in the city, put them in a garbage bag, double bag it, and you'll just dump them in the dumpster. Nobody will ever know the difference. Okay. He's a dark coyote, so he isn't going to be worth much. I got a friend that said he might want to make a hat out of it. I said, if you do, I'll give you the coyote. We just got word the other day that coyotes prices are going down already because they don't have a Chinese market to sell them to. When you see $3 to $5 for a coyote, right up the other side to the back of that heel. Just about to that halfway point, so I'm going to start turning my cut to come up the other side. Kind of watching up above my cut to make sure I'm still going in a straight line right up the center of that back leg, just like that. There we go. And that's the start of the opening cuts for a coyote, at least for me. And then we'll do the same thing that we did on the coon. We'll open those legs up. And I don't go any farther than right here at the heel. That's just all the farther that I go for a coyote. That's where the fur is, and that's what they're using no matter what they tell you. I leave it a little longer up here just so that when I put it in my vise that I got something to hang on to. You have to be real careful if you use long furred animal because you can break some fur down. Part of it. So you just take your time and do it easy. What I'm doing is I'm just cutting the testicles away from the hide. Just taking my time so I don't cut any holes in the hide. Come on down here and we'll open that leg up just like we did on the coon. But you notice there isn't a lot of fat on these animals. They work it off about as fast as they put it on. And if they're working at killing calves, they're working pretty hard because some of them calves are pretty big, and especially the range cattle can get a little bit testy with them, but they'll get them down. That's how I got this job trapping for this farmer, is that he lost a real high dollar calf over there one night. He had a fence, electric fence around it, but the fence would fall down when the pivot came around to water. And the coyotes kind of figured that out. They got in there, they separated a real high dollar nice calf from the female, and run it right into that fence. The fence went down when the calf hit it and went out into the pasture about 30 or 40 feet, and the other coyotes were standing there waiting for it, and they took it right down right there. I got a call from the farmer, and he said, "My uncle said to call you, Tom, because we got coyotes that are killing calves, and I need you to come over and take a look and see what you can do for me." So I went over there. I said, "Can I drag him up on the side of that hill?" And he said, "Well, sure. You want me to do it for you?" And I said, "No, I'll get him up there. I just want to make sure it's okay." Dragged the coyote up there. I put a dirt hole down underneath the coyote, or underneath the calf. I put a dirt hole above the calf, and I put one to the north of the calf because we had a north wind going, and I wanted the scent to get up there to the coyotes as they were coming in. First night I took a female. Second night I took about a 2 or 3 year old male. And well, let me back up just a little bit. The guy asked me, he said, "How many sets did you get in?" And I said, "Well, I just put 3 in." He said, "Is that enough?" And I said, "Well, how many coyotes do you think you got around here?" And he just kind of laughed and said, "Well, I don't know. I'm going to leave that up to you." But with those 3 sets, I took out the female, the yearling. They both had, the female was full of pups. The male, the yearling, or the 2-year-old, had mange really bad. And then on the third night, that's where I made my money that year, was on that one coyote. So you just keep at them and you'll get them. This coyote here came in the first night after I set yesterday afternoon, and I had him this morning. And he'd been in there all night. I could tell by his foot. So everybody says, "Oh, you got to be careful of them coyotes. They're pretty smart." Don't want that meat on there. I'm going to trim that up a little bit and get rid of that. And I just take my time with coyotes, especially as of late. They were worth pretty good money until this year. Now, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I'll just tell you that there ain't no sense in us fighting the world trade when we don't have to. Any of this small meat that I leave on here, I will get off of the coyote when I flesh him, so that's no big deal. I don't like to leave meat on them, but I'm not going to take a lot of time and waste a lot of energy skinning these things. Right now I'm only getting just a few animals because my line is short, but as it gets longer and longer and longer, then I need to be able to go a little faster, and That's just kind of part of the ball game when you're a guy that puts fur up for other people. If I start getting too slow on my own fur and I can't do it for other people, and there goes my money that I try to make off of working the animals. But this fur on here, these coyotes don't like giving it up, I'll tell you that. They just do. These coyotes don't. Okay, we're just about to that point where we can cut up the tail and I'll maybe see if my friend can't put this on a fast forward type thing in here, because I know this is probably boring to a lot of you, especially if you put up a lot of coyotes. But like I said, I just take my time with them to make sure they get done right. Okay, there we go. We're right at the bottom edge of the rectum there. And we'll just come right around him. Like that, and right up the center. We'll go on the other side, turn our knife around sideways, and come right up, right to the center. That way we can get these flanks off. I know there's a way that I can fast forward this, but I'm not sure what it is, because I'm just not the tech kind of guy. So I'll have my buddy do whatever he can do so you guys don't have to sit through all of this opening procedure with this coyote. If you're new to it and you want to see how long it really takes, I can tell him to just leave it and we'll let it kind of go as it goes. But if you don't like it, if you know what you're doing, I would just tell you that let the new guys have their time to learn, because they will take time to. They got to learn somewhere, guys, and if we don't teach them that sometimes these coyotes are a little bit stingy with giving up their hide, then I'm just taking my time pulling. See that white membrane there, and I'm just pulling on that as I'm cutting. There we go. Now we're down to the bottom of the tail there. Okay, we'll come on this side and go down to the bottom of the tail there. Alright, now we got to cut the tail open. Find my skinny knife here. That was a full butcher knife at one, boning knife at one time, and the old boy I got it from, it was my sister's husband's dad, and the family gave me almost all of his trapping stuff because I was the only one that was into trapping at that time. And they told me the story of this knife, how he just kept sharpening it and kept sharpening it and kept sharpening it, and it finally got down to that, and all he used it for was a tail opener also. Alright, let's see if we can get get this old tail stripper to work on this thing now. I don't know if we're down far enough or not, but we'll find out. Yep. Okay, same thing. We're going to push on the tail and pull on the tail with the tail stripper. There it is. Now I use a metal one. They sell plastic ones and they sell wooden ones, and I've had them all. I like the metal ones the best myself. But that's just whatever your budget will afford. Alright, there we are through that. Now we'll get opened up right here at the belly a little bit more. We're getting to a point where the machine up to him. Now the machine ain't going to do the work on the Coyote, but it does allow me the opportunity to pull where I can pull and cut when I need to cut. Alright, so now what we'll do, I think what we'll do, we'll go ahead and cut these front feet off, get them out of the way. Now let's see, let's go about to there, I guess, just past the white. That little bit of brown will make the white look a little whiter. And it'll be the same on this side. A little darker on this side, but we'll just keep them pretty uniform there, I think. Alright, now a friend of mine gave me this old saw that he had. I use it to cut the legs off with. It's a lot easier than doing it by hand. Okay, I just stick the foot in there and get it caught. Like that. Put that in there. Well, I guess if I plugged it in, that would help, wouldn't it? Told you I'm not a real high-tech kind of guy. There's one. There's the other one. I used a handsaw for a lot of years, guys. And I save the paws because I use some of the glands off of them when I'm making my own lures and baits. I'll cut some other glands off of this thing as I go. Yeah, he's coming down pretty good. He's still warm enough. In here, same as we did the coon. We just get because it is a thinner hide and it will pull out a little easier, and I've had them pull out more times than I care to admit. Okay, pull him up tight and we'll keep pulling down and cutting as we need to cut. Like I said, I use it to hold the animal more than... Some guys are better at it than I am, and they use the machine to pull the hide off, and they don't care if they tear the hide or whatever, they'll sew it up, and I just don't want to put any more time into them than I have to. As you can see, the machine can be your best friend or your worst enemy if you're not careful. And I've seen guys ruin some pretty nice looking coyotes with their machines. Again, I'm not pulling right on the tail, I'm up on the rear end pulling. Probably could tan it and do something with it, but I'm just not going to do it. You'll see here where I kill my coyote is I shoot him in the lungs, and it kills him faster than a headshot, actually, in my opinion. So that's the way that I put my animal down. Hand here in just a little bit. Taking a few bobcats in. Okay, let's see what we got here. Again, I'm just turning my knife blade so it's 90 degrees to the animal as much as I can. You got to kind of follow the curvature of the muscles and everything when you're doing that. Up around the throat area on most of these bigger animals like the coyotes, the bobcats, badgers. The animal. So you just take your time, follow the meat, and you'll be okay. Now let's see if we can get through that thing anyhow. I don't think we're going to get there yet, but we'll see. There it is. There we go. We can skin that out now. Now we'll see how the other side's still got a little ways to go yet. See that? So we'll just keep cutting around here. There we go. We're getting right up in there where we need to be. Should be real close. Right up there by the neck and where the upper part of the leg muscle is. And then just pull it through. Okay, there's that. There's one leg. There's the other leg. Now if this animal is really cold, you probably would not be able to do that very easily. I'll just kind of give you a heads up there. Okay, I'm going to have to lower him and hook him up differently. Since he's right up at the top of my thing there almost now. I think what I'll do is I'll just pull it down and pull it by hand. Get down to the ears here pretty quick, and the eyes. Take this old rag I got here, this old towel. There we go. Got the earbud. Do on the coon. Go. We just follow that face contour around, get down to the eyes. Again, keep your knife going right straight at the eyeball. I'm going to get this other side down even with it. I just like to have an equal pressure on it when I'm pulling them. There we go. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there, tear duct. There's the eye clean. There's the tear duct right there. Clear of the eye. Just like the coon, we don't need the bottom lip on this thing. Unless they're gonna do something fancy with it. You know. But that'll be somebody else's problem, not mine, because I'm skinning them for the fur market. Even if there is no fur market this year, that's the way I'm gonna skin them. It may take $1 or $2 less, but that's okay. Cutting the lips down and where I can get my knife in there. Just like the coon, we're going to slip our knife in. Turn it 90 degrees from the carcass and cut straight out. And that'll give us a nice bottom lip there, and we can make sure that it dries out properly. This old towel came from a nursing home that went out of business. I bought several of them. I've probably gone through all of them over the years. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, a coyote, Tom's way. So with that, I'm going to turn this coyote inside out. I'm going to take it and wash it and the coon up a little bit, get some of that blood off of them, and hang them up to dry, and then I'll fold them and put them in the freezer for sale. I probably am not going to flesh these, I don't know yet. Maybe I will, just to show you how to flesh them. But okay, there he is. Now the coyote skull is worth a couple bucks to some people. The glands up here by the ear, I'm going to show you that. Again, I just started the coyote line this year and I'm not really set up. I'm gonna just set this up here on top of this coon stuff for now. And I'll go get another jar. I've got a bunch of them over by the freezer over there. Get this piece off right here, this little gland, this ear gland. I did see the gland on the back leg, so I want to get them. Okay, right there's the gland on the back leg. You can see that dark spot right there. That is the gland that you want to save. You're going to make your own coyote glandlers. I just add all them glands together till I get a jar full of them, and then come on out of there, baby. I know you're in there. There you are. Sometimes these gloves are a pain in the tail end, but there we got it. There's a gland right there. And you see it's a real dark little gland. They're not very big, so it takes a lot of them to make a lot of coyote bait, but that's what you got to do. You gotta get a lot of coyotes to get all the glands. Okay, well, I think that's about good enough for this one. I thank you for your time. And this is